Yeah, I'm just wondering. The Pistons kept their streak going of getting players, rookies named to the first or second all team. Always, it seems like they're always getting two, which is really, really impressive. Part of it's because they have a team that's rebuilding, so rookies are getting a lot of run and they're getting a lot of play. But at the same time, it's also impressive and it shows that there's good drafting that's going on. Problem is, it's not translating to wins. But the title of this video is "Did the Detroit Pistons just get robbed?" So I'm going to show you a graphic here, and I just kind of I want you to just take it in for a second, breathe it in, tell me what you think. We've got two guys that made the second team, all rookie team. Did they deserve first team, or at least one of them? I'm going to make the argument that they absolutely did. And by they, I mean at least one of them. But let's take a look at this. When we look at this, you see that Paolo Banchero got 100 rookie first team votes, 0 second team votes, total points 200, not even close. Next was Jalen Williams with Oklahoma City. I'm not arguing with that. I'm not even going to argue with that for a second. I think he absolutely should be there. It was amazing watching what he did and helping a team in Oklahoma City be so much better that they made the playoff or the play-in game. Are you kidding me right now? That was really, really cool to see. Walker Kessler, I don't love this one just because he only played 23 minutes a game. But he played for a Utah team that really did outperform what they thought. But the problem is when he was playing a lot more, the Utah team wasn't playing as good. So I don't, I'm not going to argue that one, but I am going to say, I don't know. Keegan Murray, great. That's fine. He proved that at least in a rookie year, he was drafted in the right spot at number 4. He did a good job. Here's where I start to get frustrated. Jaden Ivey had 43 first team votes and 56 second team votes. That means one person didn't vote for him for the first or second team. Who are you? For starters, like, get rid of that person's ability to vote. He doesn't deserve to vote. Jaden Ivey, there is no way when you look at what Jaden Ivey did, especially the second half of the year, there is no way that dude should not be at least second team. It should be so obvious it hurts. So I don't know who the person is that didn't vote for him for the second team, but you need to get out of here. But someone also did that for Benedict Mathurin, so maybe they need to get out of here. And 3 people did it for Keegan Murray. Like, are you kidding me? Who are these people? But without that being said, like, let's look at Ivy. And here's the case I'm going to make. I'm going to say that Jaden Ivey should get in over Benedict Mathurin. And here's the reason I'm going to say it. Benedict Mathurin started the season strong. Don't get me wrong. Jaden Ivey finished the season strong. Jaden Ivey got better and better as the year went on. Benedict Mathurin went back to the curve, right? Like, he went back to the medium, back to the middle. He started struggling a little bit. And when you look at these guys kind of side by side, they both shot a pretty low percentage. Don't get me wrong. They did. Mathurin was better as far as points goes. He averaged 16.7 to Ivey's 16.3. So they were really, really close. Here's the thing that's nuts. The whole idea behind Benedict Mathurin is that he was going to come in, he was going to shoot threes, and he was going to make threes. Dude only averaged 1.3 3-pointers per game, 3-pointers made. Jaden Ivey averaged 1.6. Jaden Ivey was actually better from the 3-point line than Benedict Mathurin was. Hello. All right, let's talk about that for a second. All right, the one thing he was supposed to be better at. Ivey was almost as good of a scorer, not even half a point less. He was almost as efficient. He was better from the 3-point line. But here's the other thing. They have another close stats, which is total rebounds. 4.1 for Mathurin, 3.9 for Ivey. Here is, in my mind, the absolute game changer. The absolute game changer between the two. Jaden Ivey is averaging 5.2 assists per game. Benedict Mathurin's averaging 1.5. They are scoring the same. They're scoring the same, but Ivey is charged with actually running the point often this year. That is so much better. And his assist to turnover ratio, Benedict Mathurin was a net negative 0.4 assist to turnover ratio. He had 1.5 assists to 1.9 turnovers. Ivey had more turnovers, but he still was not 2-1, but about 1.7-1. assist to turnover ratio. You want to get to that 2 or 3 to 1 in the NBA, but a lot better than Ivy. So here we have, or a lot better than Mathurin. So here we have these two guys. I'm just trying to understand how that works. I guess I don't understand why we would give that to Benedict Mathurin. You can't say it's because the team, like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Mathurin was playing well and Indiana was winning early in the season, but guess what? They have other good players there. And when those other players weren't playing, Tyrese Halliburton, they went to crap. Guess who we didn't have all year? Cade Cunningham. I don't understand what this is. You have one player who got better, one player who got worse. You talk about, oh, yeah, well, Mathurin shot 43% from the field. Ivy only shot 41% from the field. Ivy had to create his own shot. Ivy was creating his shot all the time. Mathurin, not nearly as much. Ivy was charged with running an offense. Mathurin didn't ever have to do that. Ever. So I guess I don't understand kind of why this happened. And then the voting was fairly close. I mean, 170. No, it wasn't. 170 points for Mathurin to 142. Now, Ivy came in sixth with this. The seventh place, the person who got seventh was none other than the Detroit Pistons' Jalen Duren. He got 85 second team votes with no first team votes. None. Now, if you go by plus minus and all of that kind of stuff, Jalen Duren was actually the fourth best rookie, playing at 25 minutes. He shot 65% from the field, 61% from the line, which is actually better than I had anticipated. He almost averaged a double-double at 9 points, 9 rebounds. His overall, it was honestly not bad. He had a really good year. The only two rookies that had a positive plus net like overall rating were Jalen Williams and Walker Kessler. That tells you that even really good rookies are still subpar NBA players. So when you sit here and you're talking about the frustration with the Pistons and they're only winning 17 games this year and whatever it might be, I think it was 17, and whatever that might look like, just remember we didn't have Cade. We had a ton of rookies. Our best player on the floor outside of Bogey was usually Ivy or Duren. Oh, like, don't get me wrong. There's other players that like Burks was good and like guys coming off the bench, but like guys that were playing 30 minutes a night. It was Bogey. It was probably Ivy. And when your rookie is your second best player or you're relying on him to do the second most shot creation, let's just say that to be fair, guess what? You're not going to win a lot of games. If Cade was here, we would have won 25. I believe that wholeheartedly, maybe more, because we would have had a completely different mindset on this. So I just think, is this a Detroit versus everybody thing? I'm not willing to go that far, but I do think Ivy deserved first team. And I think it's a bummer that he didn't get it. And knowing how hard he works and what he likes from these things, my hope is that he will go work hard and he will get much better next year. And he's going to become an absolute threat. Very excited to see what the Pistons do this offseason. So much fun, starting with, in less than a week, the NBA draft lottery. All right. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. A lot of Pistons content, especially this time of year, is when we really start rolling with Pistons content as the NFL season ends and the long days of the NBA season when you have a team that has the worst record are now over. Even more Pistons hopium is coming your way. So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, be nice. And if you haven't, consider becoming a member of the channel. Love